Hey there, welcome to How to Become a Six-Figure Coach with all of the training you'll ever need to be a world-class coach. All that we ask is that you subscribe to the channel and enjoy your video. Chase Jordan here. It's great to be back with you and officially to welcome you to Coach's Paradise. Now, Coach's Paradise is a name that I didn't found or anything like that. We used to teach this part of the course, all these tools and tactics and techniques and all this. We used to teach them in a big live class. And I used to go around organization to organization and do a bunch of great things. And I had a big book, right? Big old book. And I had all of that in there, and we would teach through it and really, work in the skills lab and do a bunch of exercises and role playing and what have you. And at the end of the first day, there was a really, really ambitious coach and in the making, and they said, "Oh, Chase, my God, this is like a coach's paradise. It's got everything in here." And from that day on, we called this portion, and there's quite a few videos here, Coach's Paradise. Now, Coach's Paradise is a lot of my own beliefs and techniques, along with the industry, the coaching industry's techniques. I've taken a lot of things from the coaches and learned from those coaches, and I've learned from my students, and so I don't own all of these ideas by any means. I give credit to to many organizations. I give credit to many of my coaches and mentors along the way, all the great authors out there, and of course my own life experience. So when I teach this, it is really a combination and a marriage, like a big old salad of ideas from all over the world, from diverse folks and some amazing folks. So I think you're going to be very, very happy with what you find here within Coach's Paradise, because this is where the rubber hits the road. So the process of transformation, we talked about it at length, and we also said that as far as the importance of it and where the value, that's where the value lives. The value absolutely lives within the process of transformation. So there is a process. And once you understand the process, and there are different processes for different transformations, the process to become a medical doctor is different than the process to become a good artist, as an example, or an art teacher, or, you kind of see the difference there. The processes are different, but there are some core and empirical processes and mindsets and things we can talk about with every transformation that would apply to all transformation. And that's what we're going to do, kind of like the general idea. So for somebody to transform from that dark shadow in there to that larger shadow, that's where the money lives. That's where the accolades live. That's where all the respect as a coach lives. When you can help somebody get through that, and they do the work, right? You're only going to bring them to those tipping points. You're going to help them, but just lightly, right? We're going to talk a lot about that. But here are some examples of some transformations in life. This is not by any means an endless list, but it is a list that we could take really good examples and context from. So an employee promoted to a manager. So a great employee going into a management position is going to have to go through a major transformation. And I speak from deep experience here. I used to literally train and develop corporate leaders and directors, general managers, things like that. To take one great employee that has full of potential and make them a manager, and I'm talking about a good manager, hell of a transformation there. Sorry if I'm setting you with the word hell, but a heck of a transformation. A poor performing athlete turned champion. I've worked with all of these people. These are examples out of my own life. And it's incredible, the transformation and the metamorphosis that occurs, especially with an athlete. Unhappy marriage to thriving, love-making, committed marriage. I've helped people do that. Gaining 22 pounds of muscles. Yeah, I was hired and I wasn't a trainer, but they knew of me and my process, and it's all in Pro Coach, so you'll become that. And I was able to help somebody without being a personal trainer been put on 22 pounds, and you'll be able to do that as well. So remember, we talked about a niche and things you can go and help right away. That's to get you started. Over time with the Pro Coach techniques, you'll be able to help just about anybody do anything, because you'll have the tools and techniques to be kind of a great, I hate to say generalist, but you'll be able to say, if you have a goal I can definitely help you get to that goal. All right. I can help you clarify and do all those kind of like those big broad strokes that get people to transform. Oh yeah, because they'll help you with the fine detail, but you will help them move forward. Employee to business owner, isn't that a big deal? So I used to be an employee. Now I saved a few bucks. Now I own whatever. I own a clothing store. The major transformation has to occur there, and I've helped people do that. Student to teacher. So many times after pro coach, people want to do other things because once you've coached for a while, you may want to go teach what you've coached specifically. So I coach a very big umbrella. All coaches can become pro coaches, could fit under the pro coach umbrella and really benefit from it. But student to teacher, whether it's really building an online course like this and so on and so forth. So we definitely help people do that. So you see those big transformations. Well, they all start with one piece that you see here. One piece of the puzzle that through good coaching, relationship, dialogue, questioning, listening, everything we talked about in the role of the coach, that one piece is what leads to many pieces. And they all interlock. Now, listen to my words. One piece leads to two, to three different topics, different areas of the human being, that of the organization that's being improved. And they all interlink like a puzzle together to form one body of work, one body of transformation. So one piece might be, topic A within a transformation, and then skill B, and then skill C. And once they're all interlocked together, they are locked in for life. They are absolutely locked in for life. And what you're looking at right now is a wall of transformation with all the parts and pieces that it took to get there. Now, they all live together. It is my belief and the community's belief that everything you learn and improve along the way becomes that wonderful transformation filled with all of those existing pieces to create one. Just like this picture here. Look at all the specks and pieces to the transformation, all into one body. So something you learned last year is living in you. Something I learned 10 years ago is living in me, part of that puzzle that makes up that beautiful picture of transformation. So transformation, going from the current state, sitting down, right, the now state, so unhappy, looking for something better, right? Multiple transitions occur, and then the transformed states occur. Now, you might say, okay, Chase, this is very simple. I get it. No, I want you to really understand that it is not more complicated than this. Now, we don't talk to clients this way to diminish coaching, and I am certainly not diminishing coaching. It isn't that simple, but it is. And once we know where a client is, and we establish those steps towards forward movement, and we measure and hold accountable and hold ourselves responsible, we will get to that transformed state. That's how it all works. But more granularly, let's keep things very simple. But as a professional coach, you should be able to kind of review this, maybe not by heart, but you should take good notes, and you should have a very good idea. Because with a client, you should be able to explain the following. So step one in a transformation is the waking period. And we called it wake. To become cognizant or aware. Okay, this in the world is available to me. Having a $100,000 a year coaching business that thrives, year over year improves. Wow. I'm just now being made aware of this, because you might be the student that's never coached before, and this is brand new to you. So you're now cognizant that this is something that's available. You learned about Pro Coach from a colleague, or somebody referred you, or you saw one of our ads, and then you followed us and learned. Internal feelings, emotions, and dreams. So now that you know that becoming a coach was something, either becoming a coach or improving your coaching practice, I'll use that as an example because it's so fresh with what we're doing. Now you're getting those feelings, those emotions, and the dreams that you want to be a coach. You want to be a very successful coach. External, you see it. Wow, waking is part of wow, I see this coach. I see Chase he's successful. He has followers and people hire him, and he's been doing it for so long. And you hear it through communication, maybe a referral. Say, hey, I'm a coach. You're a coach? Oh my God. Great. How did you get there? I went through a program called Pro Coach, and I keep working with these guys. And then maybe it's a seminar, but they're internal. It happens that it's an internal job and an external job of waking up and building that cognizance, that awareness that something out there is available because somebody else has done it. And now you're awake to the idea. Step one. So step two, grasp, right? To get hold of mentally and understand. So it's one thing to say, oh, you're a coach? Great. I think I want to be a coach. Well, how does that all work? Well, number two is really starting to understand, right? So there's a map, a visual, an explanation of the process. So if you've been through a webinar of ours, we kind of walk you through the 10 secrets of becoming a world-class coach type of thing, right? And then, of course, at the end, we make an offer for Pro Coach because we can help you. But we help you in your mind see how to do that and how one acquires clients and how one builds skills. And you kind of start seeing the process. So it's no longer just an idea and a feeling and an emotion. You're actually seeing that this could actually work. So it's a series of actions, mindsets, and tools that you're able to absorb and put into your life. And you're starting to really grasp that this could become you. You can indeed become a pro coach. This is the Pro Coach transformation. You can apply this to any transformation. And then there's desire. You're like, okay, so you went through that level, and now this level, desire. You start to crave it. You want it. You need it, right? You wish to obtain. When you say it the way you want to say it, it's desire. You want to become a coach. That's why you're here. So you want more money. Maybe that's why. You need to lose weight. Maybe that's why, right? Forget the coaching thing now. It's more about what do people want? How are you going to help them? Motivators is what we're saying. So how do we get that desire going? Well, it's because we saw it. We were made aware. We woke up to it. And then we grasped how this could really be real. And that really leads to desire. And then 4, emerge. To come into existence. Actions leading to an end, right? Emerge. You're going through Pro Coach. You're becoming a professional coach. You're going to be a graduate of the program. You're taking actions and notes, and you're attending skill labs and coaching sessions, and you're learning to an end, right? You're basically moving. You're taking action in the right direction. And then you believe. Belief is a big deal. I can do this. I'm starting to see that I can be like Chase. I can be even better than Chase, and I wish that for you. And wow, now you're starting to emerge. That transformation is growing. That transformation is evolving through all the multiple steps and pieces of that puzzle. You are morphing, transforming into what you need to become. And then there's transform, the new condition. You've graduated from Pro Coach. You are now a certified Pro Coach. You can take the tools and the knowledge forever and improve people's lives, earn an income, be happy. It's a new condition. You were not a coach, or you weren't a great coach. Now you're an outstanding coach, and you've gone through that transformation. And then it's being. I'm transformed, and now I'm existing, right? Step 6 is key. Be, to take place. It becomes real, right? It's like putting on your Pro Coach t-shirt for the first time. You don't have to wear a Pro Coach t-shirt to coach, but it's part of what we do if you want one. And it's kind of cool, and you feel it, and you are it, and you declare it. I am a coach. I can do this. I have the tools. I'm not perfect, but I'm better than most because I have the great education and resource at my fingertips forever. And then 7 is maintain. Transformation, in order to exist forever, has to be maintained, right? Committed to true change. This is somebody that will never go back. So if you're a coach that was struggling and you're learning all these new things and you're learning new marketing and how to run your business and how to be a better coach, and now you're great. But 7-8 months later, you've kind of dropped off, you've lost clients, you don't market anymore. Have you really maintained? You have not. So the transformation has depleted. But it would take nothing but just very little to get back on top. Just get back into Pro Coach and really re-engage. But maintaining is being committed to true change and taking the actions necessary. So those are the 7 steps of transformation. And we're going to dive deep into a lot of the granular details. So temptations and realities about transformations, to the point I just spoke on the last slide. Don't skip steps. Skipping steps could lead to poor transformation, not true transformation. That's a big deal. As human beings, we risk of falling back. That's where the maintain, that commitment is a big deal. People fall back very, very easily. As human beings, we just do. So we got to take that plan, take those actions, get a new coach, go back to your coach, come back to the skill labs, come back to the calls. Many students leave and stray, fall apart, and then they have to come back, which is absolutely fine. There's 2 ways to build a wall, right? There's building a wall with a 2x4 and a piece of drywall and a couple of sticks, and it looks good. And you can look at it, you're fairly impressed, but I can just push that sucker down. Or you can build a foundation and really drill that frame into cement and really start building, putting the drywall up with multiple screws and really build something solid that when I go to push that wall, unlike the first one, it will not fall. I can't push my hand through it. Not a bulldozer can't take it down. You've built something real. And that's going through the process, not skipping steps. There's false transformation, aka change will not last. We can skip steps. I can send you a graduation certificate, and then you go out into the world and you're a terrible coach. You're just not strong. You just don't have the competencies. You didn't go through the training. You didn't go to the skill labs, the coaching sessions. So you're not there. And you have to come back, or you just quit altogether. Or you can go all the way and really take it serious, and the change will last. All right? So critical points. Track your process through ProCoach. It's a big deal. And then you have to track your client's process. We talked about that. We're going to talk about that again. Journal on barriers, wins, and effectiveness. So when we transform, as you become a pro coach, journal on some of the obstacles, journal on the wins, journal on the effectiveness of the training and your behaviors. Create protocols. Protocols are, ways of doing things. Make sure that you have the right protocols to be a great student. And you attend what you have to attend. And then you'll be asking this from your clients. So how did you get better? This is a big deal. So you can build your own coaching system. If you lost 20 pounds, and you journaled very well on the steps and things you've done, you've now built a coaching protocol on how to lose 20 pounds. Isn't that a big deal? That's why journaling is so important. And now you have a protocol for coaching people to lose 20 pounds. You've done it yourself. You're able to help people along the way. And then you never have to repeat that. You never have to rebuild another protocol. That's your system of success. And that is a big deal. ProCoach will be your system of success. And with time, it's going to morph into your own system of success. All right? That's a big deal. So the big questions is how did you get better? How did you do it? That thing, right? How did you improve? How did you make that decision? And so you can build those protocols with any topic. So I built a protocol with ProCoach on how to become a really advanced professional coach because I tracked and journaled my entire career. And then I was able to build this thing 5 years into my career. Had been very successful, and we were able to really put something special together. So reaching a new position. When we transform, we adapt a new perspective. So when I was a beginner coach, and I became to be a fairly in-demand great coach, and I didn't think I was great, but my clients thought it was, so that's all that matters. I had a long way to go, still do, but my perspective changed. And as you learn new things and do new things and become a new thing, your entire way you see the world will change, and the way the world used to be will disappear. You might remember it, but you won't go back to it. And that's the challenge, because you can, some people do, but most great coaches don't. They'll continue with the new perspective, seeking yet new perspectives. So the world has now changed for us. So far, you've learned so much about coaching that if you were in your first day, first year, second year of coaching, not too many clients, you're just thinking about going all in, you have already made many of those puzzle pieces part of your new DNA, right? Part of your new transformations. These are small transitions, taking those little steps towards the goal. So a new confidence and competence has been developed. So the more you learn, the more you become competent. The more competent you are, the more confidence you'll build. And that's the competence loop. As we learn more, execute more, be better, our confidence goes up and self-esteem improves. And we'll talk a lot more about that down the road. So many new parts and pieces lead to this point. All those little pictures weren't that cute. They weren't to be cute early on in this presentation. It was really about you understanding that as we build this new person, as we build the new coach within you, all those bits and pieces will be locked in. They remain a part of you. They're part of your experiences, but your perspective has changed. You can now do that again. You can transform. You can improve yet another piece of your life. And that's a big deal in transformation. So we have the map. So once you graduate from Pro Coach, you'll have the map, won't you? To be a tremendous coach. You can go out and help people be better coaches. You can help managers be better managers in many ways. You can help parents be better parents. Because all these tools and these transformation tactics and techniques we're going to teach you are good for any aspect of life. It just makes you a better human being altogether. We have students that don't necessarily want to be professional coaches and get paid for it. They just want to learn how to become a great coach, so they can be a much better person, a transformed person in their own life. So that was the process of transformation. I tried to keep it simple. But if you review it, you'll find a very, very simple map. There is a 7-step kind of roadmap to transformation. And not only transforming, but staying within that transformation. Because we can't take steps back. Transformation is a series of steps and transitions and parts and pieces that make a whole. And all those parts and pieces still remain part of you, but in the end, a new perspective and a new person arises. It's a new you. It's a new client. The client has now changed and evolved. And if they maintain and stay on track and keep good coaching in their lives, they'll be transformed forever. That's where the value is all at. So we're going to dive into a lot more detail on how to actually do that. What do those conversations look like? What are those tactics and tricks? And what are those tools? And we're going to talk all about that. So this was the process of transformation. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed teaching it to you. Again, if you have any questions, text us right away. I'm Chase Jordan. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.